I'm gonna keep doing this at 2:30 in the morning, maybe I should start giving Monster a plug and see if I can get him to send me the special flavors while I'm out here.
You're just trying to get free shit, dude. Don't even do that. Like you're just trying to.
I'm just trying to get free shit.
You're just trying to. You're like that was like the beer. Like you were like, oh yeah, that's great. We'll do podcast here. Just pay me in alcohol.
Yeah.
You're the only one that benefits from that. Such a prick.
I don't know if I'm like the only one. Monster would benefit from giving me free stuff. I don't know if you noticed or not, but Monster I think makes over 32 flavors, and one can is only 10 calories. So
stop it.
This one anyway.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it
not
immediately.
An advertisement.
Don't ever fucking do that again. Anyway, everyone, thank you for joining Liberty Risk Podcast. I'm Billy,
and I'm Hugh in Africa.
There was such an awkward pause. I'm Hugh in Africa.
No, you. The
fucking thousands of miles away, Meg.
The monster pitch is just horrible. Don't do that.
If he does a pitch for Monster, can I do one for like a wine company so I get free wine?
No, because you'll go get like Basic Bitch Wine Brand, or you'll be like Sloppy Seconds Wine Company or something stupid like that.
No one but you drinks box wine on a Wednesday, man.
You'll go get the point of wine.
I'm not drinking box wine today. I will say that.
What's your your satchel wine?
What is it called?
Meg,
the black box?
The coin of wine.
People will be like, okay, what wine is she drinking today? We need to go buy that one.
Just tell everybody you bought a box. I bought a box.
You give yourself too much credit.
Yeah, if there's alcohol in it, I'm gonna drink it. I don't care what it tastes like. You can't waste good alcohol.
That's why we ran out of Purell during the pandemic. Meg was boiling off the sanitizing part and keep the alcohol for herself. So a little cinnamon and sugar in there.
Real quick, so our guest last week was At Ease Veterans Magazine. And like I said, right after the show, I went and purchased a subscription. It came quick as shit. It's been here for 2 days. And
wow.
This is every veteran needs to get this. It's super affordable. This is hot. Like she wasn't kidding. This is high quality, no shit.
H2O.
High end, high quality H2O. No, this magazine's amazing. It has everything in it. It has everything.
What kind of content's in there?
So let me go over it. They got so I'm gonna go over the table of contents. So the first one is The Cause is Greater Than I, back on the home front. Girls in Grit, so there's a whole section in there for the ladies. DD 214 and Beyond, which we touched on that. Mm-hmm. D-Day, Veteran of Veterans, Boots on the Ground, Veterans Produce, which is about farming and stuff like that. Any veterans that do that, which we've had veterans on here.
Dude, there's apparently like a really huge community of veterans who get out of the military and like get federal grants to start like organic cropping and whatnot. It's fucking crazy.
It's all right there.
Yeah.
2-page spread. Yeah, it's all 2-page spread on it. It was a good read. I Remember When, 2 Perspectives, 1 Stigma, The Silent Pain, Chaplain's Corner. They have a crossword puzzle. It's military code. This is my favorite. Afghan Misadventures, Salute the Satire, and then they have a whole taps page of fallen service members, which is this is just.
I noticed when you showed us the farming one that there was like 4 or 5 pictures, but the majority of that whole thing was information. It wasn't like full of. It wasn't like 3/4 ad and then like, oh hey, by the way, veterans like to farm when they get out.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, it's a genuinely good read. This one for the 4th of July, Reflection on Freedom in America, a whole 2-page spread.
Damn, that's a hell of an.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's
more words than Jeannie can read in a month.
I know.
I think she's still banned, but that'll be for later.
Yeah.
Listen, she's really pretty. She's super pretty.
Man, shut the fuck up. Like, what? Where did that come from?
She'll get it. No, she'll get it.
Jeannie can't read that many words. She's really pretty, guys. Like, why are you trying to sell her? Are you trying to sell her on the internet? Like, come on, this is not a dating site, Meg. We know you're on
she
Tinder.
already duped somebody in
But
to
knock
put
it
a ring
off.
on her finger. So
Yeah, like we know you're on Tinder,
Yeah.
Meg. You know, everyone, you
Yeah.
keep doing shit like that, you're just gonna get swipe lefts. It's gonna be a horrible day.
Like,
It's an inside joke. She'll get it.
I saw this girl on a podcast one time. You don't want nothing to do with that. Get rid of her.
Yeah.
Swipe left. Swipe left now.
I literally always forget that I'm part of a podcast. So when people are like, "What do you do with your time?" I'm like, I have no idea. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I'm part of a podcast. I totally forgot.
Yeah. Oh damn it! I should tell people about this thing I'm trying to do to help veterans.
Yeah,
Oh
and then
my God.
4 days into the
Cheating got me.
conversation, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm part of a podcast. And they're like, what is it called? I'm like, please don't watch me. Not until we're on our first date or something. Like I don't want you to stalk me or something weird.
Jeez,
I
I don't
think
know.
really highly of yourself, Meg. I'm very proud of you.
The
mean,
confidence is just is oozing out of you.
I have very little confidence. I went on a date the other day, actually, and
I'm sorry for the
amazingly
guy.
enough, this guy was shorter than Hugh. And it was super
First of all, woefully unnecessary.
That is saying
Absolutely
a lot.
uncalled for.
That is saying a lot. So like we get on the date and I always wear heels. So I didn't realize how short this guy was, and I get there and he's definitely my height, 5'4", and I'm in heels, so I towered over this guy. And I was like,
You didn't like pat him on the head, did you?
No.
You're so cute, little buddy. Let's go have a steak. Like,
Oh no, he bought me a steak too. He took me to like a really nice dinner. Our bill was over $200. I was like,
did he borrow your heels?
I felt so bad. And I was like, dude, if you're gonna like be trying to date somebody, like I don't know if you're into people being the same height as you, but like that might be something. I don't know.
There's
it was
some
weird.
fetishes out there. There's
was
some weird
interesting.
ass fetishes out there, so you never know.
Are you
Everyone
going?
Justin,
has
Hold on,
preferences.
Are you going on a second date?
No. And it wasn't
You
for
said
it wasn't for the height thing. It was
$200 on your
for
first date. And you're not even giving him a number 2? Giggity.
nope. And it wasn't because of the height.
Did
or
he even
anything.
give him like I feel bad short guy handy real quick in the car? Like
Nope. It was
Little hand diesel.
I could tell that he was not feeling it either because that date ended very quickly.
Little Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, it was a nice little hug, and then it was like, okay, bye.
So
And
you're saying
handy-
the date was really short?
You give him a little handy
that was
before?
really good.
I'm here every
A
Wednesday
little
at 7:30.
A little what?
Little hand solo.
Little hand solo.
He's gonna have to do that on his own. It was
Oh, shit.
yeah. It was more so because we had differences in what we liked, and I was like, "Oh, you're not for me." He was like, "I'm a sports nerd." I'm like, "What does a sports nerd mean?" And he's like,
Justin, hold on. Justin said it ended on a low note. Well played, Justin. Well played.
So, for anybody watching, I am 5'4", like
So be
maybe a
taller.
half inch, maybe a half.
be
I'm
taller.
not super tall, so like,
Nice Tinder profile is like, just be taller than me and also have money and wings.
yeah.
You should put
gotta
that
have-
on your Tinder profile. Be taller than me.
Bring me taquitos when I'm drunk. That's
Oh
all.
shit! How? Well, let me ask you this: you're 5'4". How high were the heels?
They were 2.5 inches.
Jesus Christ, Meg! Like sweet
That
shit.
dude feels so bad about himself.
Yeah.
You.
I know. That's why I felt really bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. And then
He's like, can I kiss your collarbone goodnight? Like, what the fuck?
I talked to my girlfriend afterward, and she was like, Megan, don't you know you always wear flats on a first date so you appear smaller? And I'm like, where are these rules put? Because obviously I need to read them. I don't know anything about first dates. Like, I'll bring up anything, be like, oh man, I took a massive shit
It's
earlier.
2021.
Like, yeah,
Fuck that, it's
I need these
2021.
rules to be on
Hashtag-
Pinterest.
Hashtag hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer. Jesus Christ. Don't ever let me hear you fucking say that shit ever the fuck
I'm gonna
again.
say it. Say it
Hot
again.
girl
Write it
summer.
down.
What
Billy
the
hates hot girl summer.
If you guys have suggestions for me dating wise, please post them because obviously I need some help.
Just stop.
Wow, so Jeannie's just blowing you up on fucking the
I know
Facebook group.
she's so mean. Woeful, like ridiculously uncalled for.
So she said 9.5 days left on my ban, which this is like the 7th ban since I've known her she's been on. And then back to Hugh's hairline. Speaking of back, that seems to be the direction his hairline is traveling at the speed about 110 knots. What the fuck, Jeannie? That's not nice.
She's so clever and creative for somebody who can't access social media, but somehow keeps getting at me thousands and thousands of miles away.
What's funny is she's banned from Facebook, but she has access to Messenger.
Yeah.
I think it's like her 3rd fake profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's Janine Hacklet. I'm not sure. You just start adding letters after the first one.
She's got like 6 email addresses. By the way, do you guys remember when somebody started subscribing her email to stuff and like
I do, yeah.
Yeah, she's still getting emails about that.
It's just still funny.
Really?
Be mad all you want to.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, it was funny to a point, but then it started getting really creepy and it went over the top a bit. So she still doesn't know who it is.
Oh, well, if you gotta know who the person is. That's a little weird.
She said I am the burn lord.
Do you know what she got in trouble for the last time that got her banned?
Somebody posted a butthole photo somewhere.
Nope, that was like 2 bans ago.
Oh my god. How many times is she gonna get banned? The calendar year is only so many days.
She called Richard a hoe. That was the 2nd time. This is the 3rd time she's had a 30-day ban. This time it was because she said, "I'ma fight you."
What?
Zuck really coming out hard on her.
Yeah. "I'ma fight you." That's literally what got her banned. So watch what you say out there. You might get the ban hammer.
Wow.
Fucking bring it.
Wow.
Give me a reason to get rid of Facebook. The only reason I'm keeping in mind is Billy says, "Motherfucker, we started a podcast. You have to have a social media presence." I was like, fine, but I'm not getting a TikTok.
A TikTok.
Oh, you'll have TikTok by the time you get back. I guarantee it.
I was gonna say, despite the number of videos that Billy sends me, I will not be getting one. Regardless of how funny they are.
Well, whether you create it or not, you're going to have a TikTok page.
Okay. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
All right, so recent development in my deployment experience. I'm not overly proud of this.
Oh, no.
My medication the other morning and choked on one of my pills, and my nips got a little hard. And that was worrisome for more than one reason.
What the fuck, you done? What the fuck? You've been gone for a few weeks, man. You can't be that. Holy shit. Holy shit.
It hasn't been that long, has it?
Oh my god.
No, I took the pill, took some water. What the hell?
Ooh, that was nice.
I was like, boys, calm down. Calm down here. It's just you, I, and my hand. I don't know what we're doing here. So yeah, that was a little worrisome. So I got that going for me.
So gross.
Nice.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. No, I'd like to be giving updates like my workday got harder and I'm working late all the time, but nope.
As hard as your nips?
Worried I'm turning myself on. I'm choking on pills. Not even good pills. I think it was pill oil.
Did you used to do that like asphyxiation thing where you would choke yourself and like jerk off to it or something? Maybe that's what.
That's an amazing feeling, by the way.
No, because I'm too lazy to do all the work involved.
I mean, why not try it once? You know what I mean? Like, might as well. You know, you only get one life, so it was good. I was young. I had more stamina. Now, if I do that, shit, I'll be dead in 15 seconds. I have fat guy asthma. You know what that is?
Now the problem is that like if I tried it and it worked too well and I did die, then they'd catch me not only in that position, but I'd be sweating profusely from the heat. They'd like slip on my sweat trying to get to me. And just then you gotta add like carnival music and you gotta add like silly noises and whatnot to the whole situation. If you don't laugh, it just seems mean. So no, I'm all right. I don't think I'm gonna do that.
What's the terminology for or the word for when you're after you die your body fucking
Rigor mortis.
Yeah, that would be horrible. You're fucking sitting there, you got a fucking belt around your fucking neck, your dick in your hand, and fucking rigor mortis. That's a they gotta crack your fucking hand off your cock and fucking go on about their business.
You want to?
They're gonna put you sideways into the fucking coroner's bag because you can't.
That would be weird. I am in the back of the clue as well. I'm like, my bed is slightly shorter than the rest. It'd be like really awkward getting me out of there too.
Is your bed shorter than the rest because you're shorter than the rest?
Wow,
no, my bed's shorter than the rest. My bed is shorter than the rest because nobody knows how to design and or order furniture and communicate with whoever is responsible for that. So there's just a hodgepodge of fuckery.
Didn't you also take your headboard and make it into a poker table?
The second half, yes, but it was not my headboard. It's just a headboard that was left in my room from a previous bed.
A headboard that was acquired when you moved in.
Yeah, so
when you looked at it, you went, "B1 has an idea."
It's made of wood, but my bed is metal, so it clearly did not go to my bed. So, but yes, I did turn it into a poker table. 100%.
Hey, whatever works, right? I love the fucking creepy guy in the window, fucking staring at the computer. Right
I know
now.
he doesn't realize that if he doesn't sign a waiver, then
he's like,
I can say whatever I want
guys,
about him.
look, that fucking computer's on. Holy shit! I just want my fucking latte. Come on.
They're all in there getting fucking. I don't even know why these people are up and working. Like it's 2:47.
Jeannie is fucking ripping you apart, bro, on the messenger.
Well, Jeannie can't get on Facebook, so nobody cares what she has to think.
It is horrible, man. I can't even say that. That one I actually will feel guilty about saying. I mean,
She
well
must be
played.
that bored. Jeannie, get a job.
Oh shit.
Okay, moving away from Jeannie, let's talk about shit that actually matters.
All right, good talk.
Yeah. So first things first, Billy, did you see that the Way City might be getting decommed here in the next couple of years?
Right here, bro. Right here.
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
It does fucking hurt. So that's both the ships I was on are fucking gone. That's it.
No, it should feel good. Like it was great when you were on it, then it went downhill. Now we're putting it out to pasture.
No, he feels bad because he knows he's getting old.
That yes, but no, it is pretty cool to she.
The reason I bring it up is
she was a good ship.
Like we're closing out the fiscal year, and of course, we're gonna get, and I'm looking at the list of like things that we're cutting. It's funny to me, at least, because we're like, oh, we're spending all this money on this, that, or the other. Like, okay, you're decommissioning some like 30 to 40 ships in the next like 2 years. You shut down the railgun program, which they said was, quote, decision to pause the program is consistent with department-wide reform initiatives. That means we spent way too much money and it turned out not to be a viable product. I think they spent like $500 million developing this program. They're not using it. We're cutting personnel left and right. We're overtasking personnel up and down. And so I'm looking ahead at the future, and like even Japan called us and was like, "Hey guys, just a heads up, you should really be worried about China." And I'm like, so I'm putting all these things together, like on my computer, like typing these little things that I hear. I'm like, man, 2022 is gonna be fucking lit.
It's gonna be bad, man.
I can't wait to sit and just hang out for a little bit and see what happens.
It's gonna be really, really, really fucking bad. But no, they are. I mean, just watching the news feeds and everything of, like all the military publications and stuff, there's so many budget cuts happening. It's just
Oh, and pair that with Biden is saying, we're gonna go door to door and make you get vaccinated, and then sailors are like, we'll fucking quit. We'll just stop coming in. We'll go AWOL. We don't give a fuck.
You can't force people to get vaccinated. This isn't fucking Nazi Germany. Like, you can't fucking go door to door and make people do shit.
Pair all this other shit that's going on with the fact that if you start showing up to work with needles with your names on it that you didn't sign anything for, like, nah, man, I guess I'm going fucking AWOL. The mindset very quickly will be like, oop, they can't arrest us all. And then they all just stop coming in. You got 40, what the fuck was I reading? Some like stupid high number of cops are retiring early. Like there's been like a 45% spike in crime. And like a 30 or 35% spike in early retirements from police forces.
Oh yeah, full units, full CERT teams and SWAT teams and special units within some of the bigger cities. I know like Milwaukee, Like, who knows what the fuck's going on in Chicago? That place is just a goddamn fucking war zone. I mean, what is it? Chicago's a shit show. Like, was it like
it's like
30?
it's like Ramadi circa 2004.
Yeah, it's like 30 murders a day or something like that. Like some crazy astronomical fucking. Yeah, it's like fucking.
So you got police officers retiring early, military that are like, we'll fucking walk out if we have to get this fucking shot. Decomming all these, but it doesn't. And the decomming thing isn't really that big of a deal, except that you look at the status and the physical condition of the boats that are sticking around. They're all rusted, decrepit, and falling apart. You got the Ford, excuse me, like a $12 billion machine of war that doesn't even function properly. And by doesn't function, I just mean the elevator doesn't work, which probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the elevator brings the plane to the flight deck. So kind of a big deal.
Kind of the whole purpose of
that's
fucking
kind of
ship.
important.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big deal for an aircraft carrier. He's shutting down warfare developing technologies and just over like, oh, we're going to focus on these other systems that are going to help us in the future. Like, but like if nobody's coming to work in the office, like, are they really?
No, and it's
like
it really is getting to a point where it's just turning into a complete shit show because you can't, like, just go back to the vaccinations, for instance. You can't. It's not like you're going on a deployment. You know, like going on deployment and having to get vaccinations for certain diseases that are in a certain country is one thing because you're going to be exposed to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just to go, oh, we're just going to keep feeding into this fucking media propaganda and this huge, like, oh, everyone's fucking dying from the coronavirus. Yeah, well, how come, like, no one's dying from the flu anymore? Because that was, like, a thing 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because we're listening to all his corona deaths.
So, especially, not to sound funny, but especially down here in the Southeast, I'd like to see you go to some of these good old boys and knock on their fucking door, be like, hey, we're here to vaccinate you. Yeah, I got a vaccination for you too, motherfucker. Sit on this.
Yeah,
why don't you suck squirt my shotgun, you piece of shit?
Open one of those doors and they'll be like, listen here, man. My governor, God bless his soul, didn't shut down my state. I had like 4 hurricanes, 8 tropical storms, about 11 ex-wives, just this fiscal quarter.
Ex-wives?
You can try to give me that shot, but it's not going to go very well for either of us involved. And at the end of the day, one, maybe definitely 2 of us are dead.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah, it's just a shit show. I mean, it's just
like they're all down there like, raise hell, praise Dale.
It just seems like, Meg, how's it out there in Colorado? Like, how did you? Because you left Jersey, so you left.
I always look high.
You were in the chaos of like the BS that's going on right now, in a sense, because of the proximity to New York, which is just the epicenter of fucking stupidity right now. And so, how's Colorado?
I do not miss the East Coast whatsoever. It is so nice out here. It's, as you can see, it's still daytime.
Fuck you.
It's Meg. What? We're not asking how you like Colorado. We're asking about how Colorado is doing in relation to this coronavirus thing and the second strain that we're talking about right now. Billy, don't fucking read that message. Fuck Jeannie.
I'm not reading.
Do you see how nice it is outside? I go to the gym every day. Not a single person has a mask on. I go to the grocery store. I go to Target. Nobody has a mask on. It seems to me that people are not super concerned about it here. When I was in New Jersey, everyone wore a mask. When I would go to the gym, everyone wore a mask. Now, granted, I left New Jersey as soon as they opened up the state, and they were like, hey, you don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated anymore. And so at the beginning of January. So January, I got my vaccine. Well, I had been traveling prior to that. I traveled in June. To LA to visit 2 girlfriends, wore a mask wherever I went there. And California was pretty open there at the time. Then I came to visit Hugh on a drunken endeavor, and masks were still mandated. Yeah, that was a terrible decision I made. But it was a good one in the end. Yeah, we had fun. We got in trouble. And then it seems to me that a lot of people were overly cautious about getting it because I went to California twice. I came to Colorado 3 times. I was up and down the East Coast traveling at least once a month. And then I was traveling from New Jersey to Virginia constantly. And then I was seeing my family at the same time in Long Island. I just wore a mask and washed my hands. Like, I didn't get sick. I took my vitamin C like you would normally do during flu season. Nobody in my family got sick. I didn't get sick. I don't really know anyone personally that got sick. Like, I know some people did get sick and they were like, yeah, it sucked, but it was like getting the flu or something. And Montana has more tests than people. Needless to say, masks have been gone for quite a while. Yeah, I went up to Wyoming, no masks up there. And a lot of times people were telling me that if you go up to those states, Montana, Wyoming, and the northern states up there, if you go in with a mask, they'll yell at you and tell you to take it off. But
when I moved to Maine, Maine's state website was like, if you're coming here, you need to have a negative test within like 72 hours. And I was reading it. I was trying to like figure out what I was going to do. And then finally I was just sitting there. I was like, why the fuck do they know I haven't already been there? It's not like a checkpoint.
No.
Yeah.
It's fear propaganda.
Someone was telling me like, well, they'll know by your tags. I'm like, they won't know shit. I have a military ID. I don't have to register my vehicle in a new state. Or I could live here and have my vehicle registered in another state. They don't know any of my information. But I noticed that most of the time in the morning they're talking about this new strain, but I have not seen anybody saying like, "Oh, we're closing down this or we're going to mandate that." I think a lot of people are like,
Delta,
"Hey, man, listen,
the Delta 8 shit
Delta
or whatever."
Variant, yeah.
Oh, the Delta
and
variant.
People are like, "Listen, man, we're not saying it doesn't exist. We're just saying that if you go ham like you did last year, we're going to have a lot more problems."
It was a shit show, man.
Yeah. So
it's a complete shit show.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. That's gonna make 2022 look like fun. Oh, that way, we are finally out of Bagram for the first time in like 20 years, and then like almost immediately, left. Yeah, we're like, all right, bye, we're done, and then almost immediately, I was like, oh, Taliban takes key province, and like people are like freaking out, and I'm over here like, you say key province, we're still talking about Afghanistan. It's still just a bunch of rocks. Like there's not like a key location. I'm hoping that secretly, I'm hoping Biden's like, we're fucking done. We're out of Afghanistan. You can have these bases and the infrastructure that we're leaving behind. Whatever. No Americans. Fucking Taliban, ISIS, Al Qaeda, whichever one it is. Move in, set up shop. Be like, oh man, we're gonna fucking get them back, and then just like carpet bomb every one of them.
Yes.
Terrorist. Like how many? 38,000. Remember, just have like a ticker going up like every time they come out and do the press conference. Like, just keep racking them up.
Gotta up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah,
I know,
come on.
And then just to sting. I hope somebody in the press conference is like, do you think it's appropriate to be counting the number of dead bodies? And just be like, well, Florida can't figure out how many died in that fucking hotel collapse. It must be nice to know some confirmed numbers, right?
Oh shit. That's great.
Yep.
That is great. But no, I mean, we just left, and it took them 2 days or something like that to realize we were out of the fucking country.
Yeah. They're like, why is it really quiet at night? We don't hear a lot of overhead traffic anymore. Oh man. The honkies must be gone.
The honkies. Wow. Really? Really?
The Yankees. The Yankees are gone.
Oh, them fucking Yanks are gone.
We don't hear any anymore. The Marines must not be here.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? What the fuck else is going on in this crazy ass fucking world?
I really want to share a story.
Go.
Okay. Did you guys hear about? I'm reading it right now. This is what I've been looking up. Army Lieutenant Colonel, who had something like he had a wife, or he had several wives, and then he had like several fiancés, and he has multiple children with each woman's, and got caught doing it. I'm like,
it's not that he got caught. Well, yeah, he did get caught.
Richard Kane Manzer.
One of the females found everything out and fucking leaked all of it.
Yeah.
No shit.
He was lying to some of the women and would be like, "Oh, I have to go deploy, I have to go travel," but really he would be going to visit his other wives, fiancés, whatever it was.
Yeah, be like, I'm going on a 6-month deployment. I'll email you when I can, blah, blah, blah. And then he'd be like with the other woman for 6 months.
God damn.
Yeah. And then he would do that with like, was it 4 or 5 different women plus the woman he was married to?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like the second in like, or he was he second in command?
Something like that. I have to read the article more in depth, but he apparently told, my brother was telling me about this. He was like, "Megan, I got juicy drama for you." I was like, "Tell me." So
Don't ever fucking clap like that ever the fuck again. Oh my God.
But apparently he told the other women that he was divorced from his wife. And I guess the one woman contacted the ex-wife and was like, "Hey, I'm engaged to your ex-husband." And she's like, "Ex-husband, we're not divorced." And that's when it all came about. And the story came out. And then they found a third woman. So the third woman ganged up with them and they just took him out. I'm excited.
How long
to see
was
what
this going on
happens to
for?
him. Oh,
Years.
Years, like
Years.
10 years, something
Yeah,
like that.
like it was close to a decade, bro. This guy was like,
So I'm not saying
he was just the epitome of a piece of shit.
I'm not saying what the dude did was right or anything, but compared to other news stories that are going on, like this kind of makes me smile. Like I'm a little impressed, honestly.
He was apparently stationed at Fort Bragg.
Oh, well, that makes absolute sense then. Not even kind of remotely surprised. People are apparently they're not tens down there in Bragg, but if I, compared to the other news stories that are going on, like every time that dude pops up, I'm gonna laugh and smile.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting stuff on Messenger saying he claimed to not know the pregnant fiance and she called the cops. Oh no, sorry. Let me read that again. He claimed to not know the pregnant fiance and called the cops, saying she's stalking me. Fiance showed the cops all the photos, and the cop was like, "Sorry, bro." Like that's
Sorry, bro.
baby.
This was on you.
So I'll have to look up the exact years, but I'm getting 2 different responses saying 5 years it was going on. The other one was 7. So it was even if it was going on for a year.
That's a lengthy period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like 6 women. Like it's a lot. That's a lot of people to shuffle. Like, I'm sorry, if I was a cheater, I would struggle with just 2. Like that's a handful.
He's probably in supply and logistics.
Oh my God, right.
It was probably like nothing for him. He probably he carried around with like a schedule and everything.
That's so fucked.
That's so see this wife this day, this wife this day.
Gotta make sure I call Sharon
Lord.
tomorrow. Called Tanya yesterday. I guess
Tanya.
shit, 6 months is coming up. Gotta go stay with Mary again.
Susie, I'll be home in a week.
Oh, my flight plans got pushed back. Goes to see Mary.
Oh God, it's so horrible.
Just walking in supply, like I need everybody to make it sound like I'm around a helicopter for like 80 seconds. A quick phone call to make.
Dude, what the fuck? That's like that's so ridiculous, but also like I'm kind of impressed with like the level of planning that had to go into that. At the same time, I'm like, you're a scumbag, but like hats off for planning. Like if he's gonna have a party, I want to be there.
I'm like, so like again, not saying what he did was right. I'm just glad it's not like a Fat Leonard kind of thing. Like, oh, a guy got busted regardless of his rank for doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. And the government didn't lose a ton of military assets and money. Cool. Yeah, I'll let the story. I'd love for the story to run for a couple weeks.
Justin's comments great. He said, "Sounds like way too much headache to me, and way too many honey to-do lists. Maybe I'm just lazy."
He's right. Could you imagine if you're like rotating every woman every 6 months? Like, oh, welcome home for deployment. Here's this list of stuff I need you to do.
And he has kids and shit. Like, it's just he talked like, what is it? I know he like lied about his daughter dying, and it's just horrible shit, man. I hope they fry him for it. Like, he's
not gonna fry. Listen, if we're not,
I didn't say he was. I said I hope.
We're not gonna fry Major Hassan, we're not gonna fry this guy. He'll get a slap on the wrist and
I haven't heard
a discharge and no bennies.
A long time.
I know, dude. I've been checking for the last like couple of years. We either keep pushing the date that we're going to execute him, or he keeps getting a stay of execution, or what have you. And I'm like, there's not
bro.
really
You
like
stood
a
on a
lengthy
desk.
list.
You stood on a desk and mowed people down with a fucking rifle.
There's not a long list of people we need to be putting down, but for whatever reason, we keep pushing it back. Like, I'll watch that shit on HBO. Give me a thing of popcorn.
Okay, I'm getting
Prisoner against prisoner, UFC battle.
I'm getting updates. The fiance moved to Bragg area, and he was supposed to move in. The week he was supposed to be there, he got a last-second 6-month deployment, and he had to leave immediately. Fuck, bro, this is in my backyard. This is an hour away from my house. This is like right where I'm at. I gotta go down there and be like, bro, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
How come you've been on 77 deployments?
Like, just email him, ask if he wants to come on the podcast. Like, hey man, we're not here.
Oh
We're not here to judge you.
Can we get one of his wives on mine?
We just want to get the story firsthand, bro.
Dude,
let's do it.
I want to get one of his wives on here. Interview her.
No, this is not Jersey Shore.
We're making it Jersey Shore.
You can have that
hard pass me, dog.
On your show. You can have that shit.
You guys have the husband. I'll have one of the wives.
Now it just sounds like a weird fucking porn episode. I'm done with this.
Yeah,
I'm done with this conveson.
I remember my first time finding the internet.
This guy. Yeah, this isn't fucking Liberty Pornhub.
So on my show last week, Hugh called me out because what did I say? That was like super sexual. I said something like,
I have no idea. That was so long ago.
I said something super sexual, and Hugh commented immediately. And I was sitting there, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, fuck, why did I just say that? I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot.
You said something very blatant. I can't remember what it was. It was like, oh, yeah, I go down all the time. Like something like stupid like that.
Giggity.
Yeah, it was just like...
I say that to people. So my two buddies and I hang out pretty often, and we do a ton of movie quotes, like all idiots do. And somebody will say something, and I'll say giggity, and the person who said it either won't laugh or doesn't get it. But the other two, we always shoot each other. It looks like nice. But I said it the other day, and somebody just looked at me. They're like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Listen, I have never once turned away a silver platter, and I do not plan on starting anytime soon. if that joke is abundantly obvious, I'm coming through like the goddamn Kool-Aid man. I'm getting my giggity."
It's so great. It's so great.
I don't even need anybody to laugh. I'm gonna say it regardless.
Yeah, that was like, I'm sorry to everyone that right after I said that was just like, giggity. I will try not to set you up so easily the next time.
Giggity.
So, Hugh, I heard the Navy, because I've been retired, wants to use a bunch of apps.
Oh yeah. So all right. So check this out.
What the fuck is this about? Using apps.
So
I know NFAS is an app.
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it actually might be, but I don't think you can use the whole thing. Anyway, so I and every other sailor who has a Facebook and is active duty follows My Navy HR. So I don't remember what it used to. It used to be like used to go to like the advancement results webpage of Facebook, Navy Advancement Center. Now it's all like EMR. So now it's all My Navy.
BMR.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You used to be able to go to the Navy Advancement Center to check your results.
Yeah. So now it's My Navy HR, pretty much.
It's all of it. All of it is My Navy HR now. It doesn't matter what it is. My Navy HR. And so the Navy does have apps you can download to like help you out, and some of them are not actually that bad. You do like GMTs, and you can like get your rating manuals. You can get your bibs. You can get a bunch of other things. Problem is you have to download the Navy's app, right? And then go through it and find what you're looking for. And then you have to download a whole separate thing that takes up just a ton of space on your fucking phone. So it's not very effective.
Yeah.
So my Navy HR, and their lack of infinite wisdom, puts on Facebook, if we were going to develop an app, what would be the next app? And immediately a bunch of people were like, why don't you stop designing fucking apps and have all your websites communicate? Focus on one problem you can't fix, and then we'll start with another one. Because because anybody who's been in the recent years knows if you you have to update your address in like 5 systems, and it doesn't matter what address you updated in. You didn't update it in the right one when it comes time for your BH to be adjusted. So if it's not one thing, it's a fucking another, which allegedly they are working on. They're just being like one website. Yeah. So like they came out with like My Navy portal, and all the links are in one location, but they still redirect you to another website, which is fucking retarded. But anyways, so some of these people were like, fuck apps. We're tired of your shit. We're tired of having to download all this other stuff just to be basically effective. I actually think that everybody would benefit. Well, I don't want to say everybody, people would. I use MyFitnessPal when I'm back home to log. Yes, Justin, it is just like the VA. A lot of fuckery going around and no actual answers or results. I use MyFitnessPal or whatever when I'm back home, and I'm like working out and watching, tracking my food. So I put on My Navy HR. I was like, you guys should have a fucking app for the galley, because every galley or dining facility, there's been a different thing of information that they worry about. So when I was in Fort Jackson, it was like just green, yellow, red, and it would tell you the number of calories in that dish. Out here, they're like, oh, are you trying to watch your sodium? No, I've never once gone to the desert and given a fuck about having too much sodium. As a matter of fact, some of these people don't have enough goddamn sodium.
You're so angry.
I am very angry because who the fuck cares about how much sodium? Like, why did the Army send out fucking placards that said, hey, are you trying to watch your sodium? No, motherfucker. It's not Nebraska. It's not Montana. It's not upstate. It's the fucking desert. It's goddamn Africa. You need fucking sodium. You need a little bit more sodium than regular. What I want to know is the fucking calorie count for a cup of their fucking standard issue green beans. They all store all of the branches except for Chef Rush and anybody who's fortunate enough to work with him. The food is stored the same, cooked the same, frozen the same, fried the same. The fucking measurements are all the same. They all come with a fucking card on how to fucking make it. So it should not be that fucking difficult for you to come up with a fucking standard list of for people to know. Hey, here's like the 5 to 10 important things that you're looking for in your fucking diet.
A standard list of
yeah. And you know what? It's funny too, because like that you've eaten at galleys that are like, oh, 1 galley of the year in 2012. And I'm like, how do you win galley of the year? All your food's the same. You all get your food from the same supply trucks. Like, you don't change anything about it. There's no creativity.
Half of it's rotten.
The lettuce is definitely looking a little brown. I've had to make some life choices.
I
wrote in there, I was like, listen, literally go to MyFitnessPal and copy everything they fucking do. It might take a little bit, sure, but it couldn't be that fucking hard. I was getting hard-boiled eggs down in Fort Jackson because I don't like powdered eggs, but I'm inclined to think the calorie count or the cholesterol count or the sodium count is different between powdered eggs and hard-boiled eggs. And the hard-boiled eggs there were gray on the inside, which I thought was weird, but I'm not a cook, so I don't really know what's appropriate.
So extra hard-boiled.
Yeah, they were. They were like flash-boiled. Yeah, so I just think that'd be pretty effective. A lot, like 9 months out here is a long fucking time. Even 6 months on a deployment, like very quickly, you're like, all right, cool. The only thing I'm doing other than working and sleeping is going to the gym and chowing down on protein like it's my last fucking meal. So whether you're trying to bulk up or cut weight, knowing what you're eating is important. If you're in that FEP program and you only eat at the galley, it might be moderately important that you know the actual nutritional value of the food at the fucking galley. I look at some of the food and they're like, all right, this meat dish today is green, like, because it's good for me apparently. But I'll go over to the fucking dessert thing and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, a scoop of vanilla pudding might be healthier for me than your fucking teriyaki beef strips. I have no way of knowing. I do know that there's more sodium in the vanilla pudding for some reason, and I should be watching that. But the teriyaki beef strips have less sodium somehow. Now, again, I'm not a cook, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist. But one way or the fucking other, I'm inclined to think that's fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying. An app to let me know what the actual nutritional value of my food is.
So what other apps are they trying to fucking come up with?
I actually just read about one. May I?
Yeah.
You look like you're about to say something. That's why I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Meg, I said you can't talk. Shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I had to get it out.
So apparently in the Air Force, they're testing us on 2 bases, but they are seeing about getting an app for childcare so that you can basically Airbnb at the childcare center that spot that your child takes. If you don't go you only pay for the days that your child goes. So if you don't go for a day, another child can take that spot. This is what I'm understanding. I might be wrong. But another child can take that spot, and then the parents will pay for that day. This is a new app that they're trying out. It's apparently working on 2 Air Force bases. I don't know. I don't have a kid.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That'd be fun. So, hold on. All right. So your kid, let's say your kid goes to daycare Monday and Tuesday. You Airbnb those 2 days ahead of time. If your kid doesn't go, another kid can take that spot, but you're paying for that Monday, Tuesday?
I guess so.
I don't know. It sounds really fucking dumb. Just take your kid to the CDC and pay. Seems wildly unnecessary. So Justin says, I'm having a hard time sympathizing with your good choices on this deployment. Sounds like white girl problem. Just grab an MRE. No, you're right, Justin. Like, I'm sitting here listening to like some of the things that I've said and some of these. There's been like four all hands calls. I've done like a CMC's call, a skipper's call, a couple of them, and I'm listening to some of these issues, and I'm like, man, this is pretty fucking cake out here.
Jesus Christ!
I got to be really careful which hill I choose to die on because it might be fucking irrelevant.
Wow.
All right, so hold on. So I downloaded the Navy app locker really quick, just for some perspective. It was like 8 megabytes.
You have that much internet?
I have enough internet for this to download over the last 5 minutes. Also, this base has been here like 20 fucking years. If I couldn't download a tiny app. Oh, now it's taking forever to load, so that's about right. That's standard issue government military Wi-Fi right there. Actually, it's probably local Wi-Fi. It costs way too much money. Just for perspective, I pay $145 a month for 4 megabytes of download speed.
What is wrong with you?
And that is on the cheaper end. You can pay you can get 10 megabytes of download speed, but you're paying like $900. And
does that come with fucking slow head and a back rub every night?
No, it does not actually. It comes with disappointment
Really?
and slow out of 24 hours of the day.
If I gotta wait for something to download, you can get to work. So
it's pretty fucking abysmal. And I'll be on it during the day, like in the morning or in the evening, and I might get like half a megabyte of download speed. I've gone over there a bunch, like, oh, we'll just reset your router. I'm like, can I have like a standing reservation to reset my shit? Like, this is pretty dumb. All right, so on the my app locker, you can do. There's under education and training, there's domestic violence, mass communications manuals, records management. You can learn Morse code for some reason. NFAS to update your emergency shit. There's 5 or 6 Fitness Pal apps. There's a Navy Advancement FMS calculator. It's just your final multiple calculator. It doesn't actually help you with anything. There's Navy Life and MWR.
What's the app name?
It's Navy App Locker.
Navy App Locker. Okay.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
It's an app with a bunch of other apps inside of it.
Yes. You have to download these other apps to get the information.
Oh, so it's like a database for all the other apps, like Navy related.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and here's Navy Life and MWR. There's one for Japan, Suda Bay, Djibouti. Oh, sorry,
Djibouti?
That's a little more. Same. Singapore, Mayport, Pacific Northwest. There's a bunch of There's like more MWR apps than there are anything actually helpful or relevant to your career.
If you're not having a good time, you're not going to advance.
Navy EFMP, Navy tools, military education benefits. Oh, you can learn if you didn't already know those for just the Navy though, not the ones. There's an OPSEC app. There's a CB app, but I've downloaded it before. It's garbage. And then there's the R2S for the reserve. They want you to basically download this app. You can ask for or pay for basically a CAC reader that plugs into your phone. And they're like, oh yeah, well you can just go to your R2S app and do it on your phone. I'm like, you can suck these nuts.
You can suck these nuts.
You already get pissy when I try to claim my fucking phone bill on my taxes for military use. And you're like, no, that's part of your obligation. I'm like, again, you can suck this asshole part of my requirements. You said 2 days a month, 2 weeks a year. If I'm plugging in 1,000 fucking emails a month, the least you could fucking do is give me $10 for my goddamn phone bill. Now you want me to download a fucking app, plug my military ID into it, and start fucking signing some bullshit? This would be a hard no for me, dog.
So there's a CAC reader.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yes, Meg. It's a CAC reader that plugs into your phone, like a Square. Yeah, this is the thing they told sailors to do.
We lost Meg.
This is the thing they told sailors to do. Check this out, man. At the end of the day, regardless of the other reasons I'm not downloading the Navy's apps onto my fucking phone, because the Navy is like, oh, we're trying to make everything available for you to do at home. And then you get home and you're like, oh, it turns out you did not do any of that. None of your settings work on any of my non-NMCI assets. But anyways, you can save items to your CAC. I almost said CAC card. You can save items to your military ID. So like, if you're, depending on where you are, you're logged into your computer, you go to print, right? It basically saves that data to your card. You then take your card over to the printer and plug it into another CAC reader at the printer and select it. So you can save certain information to your military ID card. I'm not plugging that into my fucking phone and inadvertently saving something to my fucking
that's so
CAC reader.
fucking stupid. That's
Right?
so fucking stupid.
Let's be realistic here. I know like barely 1% of the United States population is in the military, but what is going to happen is one day somebody's going to fucking plug their phone into their card into their phone. They're going to go to their government computer. They're going to pull up the item they thought they saved, and it's going to be a big fucking dick pic.
Nice.
It's going to be a fucking titty shot. They thought it was going to be an interview video. Nope, it's a small softcore porn that you downloaded the night before. That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
It's going to fucking happen. So no, I'm not plugging my government issued ID card that I'm not allowed to legally photocopy into my fucking open sourced phone that gets Wi-Fi from literally any device without a password on it. Just because you guys decided you can't get your shit together, like, oh no, we need everybody to update this thing in the next 84 minutes of the world ends. Sucks for the world,
84
bro.
minutes to the world's end.
At least we're all going together. Hashtag one team, one fight.
So, speaking of hashtag one team, one fight, I didn't want to be exclusive of the other branches. So I looked up if there's mobile apps for the Army and the Air Force, and there's a lot.
I'll bet the Air Force's app tells you where the best Wi-Fi and the 5-star hotels are.
Oh my God, let me see. Oh, this one says discover and connect and find a recruiter. I don't want to do that.
Ooh, this would be a hard no.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Swipe left.
That's all I've been doing.
Ew, Megan.
This is
Come on now.
gross.
I said swipe left, not swipe right.
You
Well,
probably
I've never used them, so I don't know what the
you
rules
probably
are.
finger fuck it
You're
to
a
the right
liar.
to see how many people respond to you. Just
Oh my God, I get so annoyed when it swipes right by accident when I'm trying to like read what they write in there and it swipes right. I'm like, God damn it, I didn't want to
I'm
fucking
surprised you
do
don't have
that.
that thing that like plugs into the bottom of your phone that just like swipes all fucking day for you, like runs on your
Dude,
phone.
no, I don't. There's some really creepy looking people out there. I don't want them to see my stuff.
You accidentally swipe right on that one dude. He's in his mom's basement and his phone pings for the first time in 3 weeks.
It's like, oh God, she's so pretty. Mom.
Mom, I need another $200.
Yeah, can I borrow the industrial size lube? I got a girl that wants to see me.
I
Mom,
have
where's the
seen
keys
some
in the station
very
wagon?
interesting people.
See one of those old station wagons from the 80s with the wood paneling?
So
Because that's what you want. That's what you want in a reliable vehicle, a super combustible material.
Let's go, Pop-Tart. We're going on a date. Like,
So I have one last thing to share with you guys, and it has to do with online and Air Force.
Ew.
Ready? So apparently there were some 68 in advancement tests that went missing on their way to Texas from bases in Arizona and New Mexico, I think it was. So they went missing. those airmen are getting to retake their tests, but to avoid paper tests going missing in the future, they are thinking of making these tests online now. And I'm just like,
Oh, that's cool. Everyone will be an E9. Like,
yeah,
what
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
oh, so you're gonna take it online, just have like your bibs out in front of you and like look at all your paperwork? That's not how you take an
No.
exam.
No.
Well, I'm sure what will happen is it'll be like, if you take it online, I could see it being like an internal network kind of thing. Like once you're done, it only submits it to like your ESO, and then your ESO bundles them all up onto a disk and sends them to Millington or wherever your branch has your shit. But I mean, Meg, I don't know about you, but I know I've taken a couple exams in college where they're like, all right, take your fucking camera and show me the entire room so you're not cheating. Which would be weird if you were taking it by yourself. Or you take them in like your ESO's office.
Do you think that the military branches are that advanced that they will use that software right away?
Yes.
Probably not.
Oh, advanced? No. Dumb? Absolutely. I mean, people cheat on paper exams. I don't want to say all the time because I feel like maybe I'd hear more about that. But I know people who have cheated on the exam and got caught.
Mm-hmm.
Got caught.
So like,
That's the
yeah,
thing.
so it does happen. But that's what I'm saying. You're getting caught on a fucking paper exam. You're gonna get caught on a computer.
Yeah. I
It's just
think
like-
that there's too much.
It'll-
There's
it-
too
it'll
large
go-
of a margin for error in this. Like,
Listen.
yeah.
Somebody said, "Hey, look, world. Here's the internet. Here's all the information you can get on it." And somebody sat there and went, "I wonder if I can see some titties on that thing." Hey, military. Here's your new online test taking program. Wonder if I can cheat on that thing. Right out of the gate.
Yeah. That was my first thought. I was like, people are going to cheat on that. It's not going to
Absolutely.
be fair for everybody
Absolutely.
involved.
Like I
It's
said,
funny.
Everyone's going to be an E9.
It's
Yep.
funny because
And I don't even need knee pads for it then.
Oh my god.
it's funny. Ew. It's
Jesus,
funny because
so gross.
of all the things that we need to revamp about the military advancement system, the manner in which we take the test is not it.
Yeah, we've got that
There's a
pretty
lot
solid.
of other
Like,
things
you
that we
can't
need to
wear
do.
your
It's just like-
watches.
Well, no, it's like that's not an issue. I don't really give a shit if you wear your watch during the fucking exam. So the Navy finally made you had to take your military knowledge exam separate, and that's fine because that means the majority of your exam is rate related, and that's great too. But that's not a full. Just you could be a really great test taker and suck dick at your job. Why are we making those people chiefs? You know, like, oh, well, they've had a ton of cloud duties and a lot of supervisory roles. Like, all right, cool. When was the last time they actually did their job? Like, if I come up and ask them a question out of like their beginner book, are they going to know how to answer the question? I'm tired of hearing, oh, let me take that question to the mess and I'll get back to you. Motherfucker, Congress selected you to be a motherfucking leader. What do you mean you have to take it to the mess? You have to go ask a bunch of other fucking people. You know the answer or you don't. Tell me. So
Facts.
the manner in which we take the exam is not the part that we need to fucking revolutionize. I was watching John Mulaney the other day. And he's like, he was talking about how he went to church for the first time in like decades after lying to his parents about going regularly, and they changed the part where they said "Peace be with you," and he's used to them saying "and also with you," but they changed it. And he's like, "Yeah, that's the part of the Catholic Church that needed changing. This is that same situation." Thanks, John Mulaney, for the inspiration, bro.
Oh, that's fucking
Hashtag
great.
my kid.
Yeah.
Let's change the manner in which we change it, not the part where we find out they're actually qualified. But whatever.
So gross.
All right. Well, this was fun, but it's 3:30 in the morning, and I have to go audit the entire FY22 and 23 project list. A couple $2 billion, no big deal.
Yeah, that fucking sucks. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be back next Wednesday at the same time. Meg, you got a show next week?
Yes.
You had to think about that.
The only reason
Good
I had
talk.
to think about it is because I think that they are not able to do next week. It might be the week after. That's the
All
only
right.
reason
Who is it?
why. Kennedy? From
Oh,
Hope
for
for the
those
Day?
who are listening.
Hope for the Day,
Not
Project
for
Red
us.
Team.
I know who it is.
Oh, you better
Meg
know
14
who it
yet.
is.
I know
Kennedy.
who it is. For those who are watching, whom is it?
It's Hope for the Day. She's one of their directors over there. She does Project Red Team. She's absolutely wonderful. She's a dream to have. I'm sorry. I had a brain fart for a second, and I was like, everyone knows who Kennedy is because I
Yep.
see her constantly.
Yep,
But-
you're off box one. No more box one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've drank half a bottle of wine, and the higher altitude
Jesus.
is still hard on me.
Oh my God. We will be back next Wednesday at 7:30. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good night, everyone.
Hi, guys. Not everybody.